I uploaded a video about 6 weeks ago, I think, called How Hobbies Maintain Your Sanity, something like that. It was quite popular, got about 70,000 views so far or something like that. But I got a little bit of pushback off it, only a couple. And what it was, a couple of people said, because I said in it about an old chap that died, and I said that was a shame because I lost a customer. And I got a bit of pushback saying, whoa, you can't say that, you know, that's terrible. And what people don't understand, it's like a Western culture thing, is gallows humour, or dark comedy, or black comedy. And it's a way of talking about things that are usually uncomfortable to talk about. It's very British, and I think it's very American, and probably very Australian as well. It's kind of one of those culture things. And I've been thinking about that because I thought I don't want to offend anybody, but it was 25 years ago, and I remember it like it was yesterday. Now, if that man, all that happening, all that occurrence had been insignificant and all I was bothered about was losing revenue, do you think I would have remembered it like it was yesterday? I can remember it. I was standing in his back garden and I was looking at him, kind of side on, almost over my shoulder. I was in the garden, he was in the living room, and I could see him sitting in a chair, not facing me directly, but slightly side on, looking at the television that was in the corner. And there was a lawn. And then there was one of these little 2-foot high artificial stone walls with that double skin one with like a flower bed in between. We all know the kind of thing. Then there was a short patio of about 6 to 8 feet. Then French windows. Then him. Now, do you think I would have remembered all that if it had meant nothing? He was a lovely man, and I remember him all these years ago. But that is just a roundabout way of me wanting to talk about memories. Why do some memories stick? And how can we help memories stick? Have you noticed that the memories that really stick in your mind, and I'm not talking about memories from holidays or weddings or funerals or any kind of significant occasion, I'm talking about the memories from every day. Most of it's blurred, a bit amorphous, a bit distant, a bit vague, and that's because it's a routine, and because we can't just remember routine all the time significantly and vividly, otherwise our minds would probably implode. But memories, some memories, will be caught in your memory banks, and that's because something, and it doesn't have to be something significant, but something happened to keep that memory there. And I think there are ways of actually orchestrating that, orchestrating your mind to keep hold of those memories. And that is to do something out of the norm, and then that, because it's out of the norm, will stay in your memory for you to recall. It can be something as insignificant as when you go out and you go to a beach and there's a nice view, but you know in years to come that view, you'll be able to say, oh, it was a nice view, but you won't remember what it was. But just take out a pad and a pencil or a pen, and just while you're sitting there, just draw a line where the sea is and a little cartoon boat. 5 seconds, that's all it takes. When you're in the countryside, just draw a rough contour of a hill and a tree. It won't take more than a few seconds. And I guarantee that in years to come, because you actually did something and it was slightly different, that will stick in your mind. I've one memory. I did a video some months ago, and I can remember part of it, and I was walking through a woodland, and it was while we still had brown leaves on the ground, and it was a beautiful day, but I took a flask out and I had a drink, and I can remember sitting, and I can remember the tree I was sitting against. I can remember the crunch of the leaves. I can remember looking vividly at the flask as I poured it into the cup. I can remember where Molly was sitting or lying on the ground in front of me, just in front of my feet. I remember turning round slightly and there were trees, and then there was a green shrub just past it. And that still is vivid in my memory because I was doing something slightly different. We all remember, you go on your holidays, you remember vaguely memories of those holidays, but you will remember vividly on that holiday when you stub your toe against the bedroom door, won't you? That will just shoot up into your memory. We probably forget most of the things that happen in our life. It's just little things with significance, and we can actually, like I say, we can orchestrate things. I remember years ago, I knew somebody. Well, I more than knew that somebody, and she wore a certain perfume all the time, and she died very young. And I remember walking round, I think it was B&Q or something, about 10 years later, thinking nothing of it. And then someone walked past me with that perfume on, and that really, really brought me up short. That was kind of a real shock to the system. There were so many memories went flashing through my mind in like a nanosecond. That memory had been lying there, and all it took was a trigger to bring it back. Just a trigger. A picture drawn on a scrap of paper and kept. The memory of a stubbed toe on an Andalusian bathroom door. The smell of hot tea on a spring morning from a flask in a woodland with the sound of birds above you. So just remember that as a way to preserve memories. Make something happen. Help that memory be saved. Don't just look at a view and then hope you remember it. Look at a view you're going to look at once in your life. Looking over a cliff, looking from a tall building, look from the top of a mountain, looking at a seascape that you're never going to see in the flesh again. You've got video of it, but it's not the same. It's two-dimensional. Our minds work in 3 dimensions. So help it along. When you're looking at that view, have a sandwich, drink a cup of tea, have a beer while you're looking at the view. Take out a pen or a pencil, draw a picture, write a note describing it briefly. Don't waste time that you could have spent looking at the beauty of nature. Write a quick note, draw a picture, pick a flower. We used to do that, didn't we? Press flowers in books. Why don't people do that anymore? What a beautiful way of, get a book. Get a book of significance. Have you got an old Bronte novel or something like that that you don't mind sacrificing? Use it to press flowers. Don't write on the pages, but put a nice piece of paper. Write yourself a nice note in nice handwriting. Just put it in that, close it and put it away. And then you can take that out anytime. You don't need to look at your phone or a photograph in 2 dimensions. You can open that page and that buttercup, that daisy, that wild aquilegia will be there, and the memories will come flooding back, and it will be fantastic. A lot of the things in my life are more than just a memory. Things in the everyday going about your life haven't really stuck in my memory, and I've got a terrible memory, I really have. I used to worry about it, but now I've forgotten what I'm worrying about. It will work, I promise you it will. And your mind is a much better scrapbook than a scrapbook. Isn't it? We all know this, we're not stupid, and you're never too young to start doing things like this, and you're never too old to carry on doing things like this. Do it right up to your dying day, because I'll tell you what, your kids will be able to share those memories. Not like you, but they will be able to share the experience of knowing that you had a significant memory. How cool is all that? We've found a tree trunk to sit on. And guess what? We're going to have a brew. If you like our videos, please subscribe and strike the like button. Because if you smash that like button, that's what gets our videos out there. Molly's just approaching me now through the long grass. Come on, little girl. Come on, little lady. It's been raining like mad. Now it's beautiful, so I hope you all, wherever you are in the world, have had a great weekend. Have a great week. And we will see you next time. Peace and love.